Yeah, might be 5 or 10 minutes maybe. You say hi to Paige. Say hi.
Hi. She's muted.
She's muted. So like if she has background noise at her house, like she has a little sister. If her little sister's crying or there's a dog barking, then we can't hear that. Okay, so I'm recording. I'm going to go ahead and share my desktop. I just want to cover a couple of important pieces today because at this point now the packet for the road trip should be completely finished and you should be working on the presentation between now and Monday. Remember that everything is due Monday at noon. So actually first I'm going to take you over to Canvas. In the e-learning module, I've created an assignment for you to submit both your packet and the presentation. So it's here under today's date and it says road trip submission, packet and presentation. So when you click on that, you will upload the Word document packet that you've been working on all week, as well as your PowerPoint presentation that you create over the next several days. So that's where you'll upload all of that information. Next, I want to go over to the actual packet. Yesterday, we weren't really able to discuss, I didn't get to talk because nobody came to class, but yesterday for your task 5, when you're talking about the places you're going and why you're going there, it does say you must use complete sentences, so that was something I want to point out from today. If you did not type in complete sentences and you just wrote something like zoo, beach, visit brother, something like that, you need to go back and say, I want to spend a day. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Spend it. Yes, Leo.
Where's my headphones?
They're in the drawer. I want to spend a day at the San Diego Zoo, and you can even elaborate further. They have some really cool exhibits there that they don't have at some of the zoos in our area. They have elephants, they have rhinoceroses, rhinos, they have polar bears, grizzly bears, they have pandas, so it's really cool zoo. But anyway, you do need to talk in complete sentences when you're typing here. It will also help your presentation go a little faster. Okay, so back to that anyway. I don't know what that disabled. What is this right here? What? Okay, it's gone now. All right, so today, as you're starting on your presentation, you can use PowerPoint, Google Slides, or some other digital presentation tool. Remember that when you include pictures, you need to include pictures of your Google Map routes, so that's from city to city, sites from each city, your rental car, any hotels you're staying at in your cities, any restaurants or maybe menus that you got to look at or places you enjoyed eating at, anything else that might be relevant. You're welcome to type on your slides as well if you want to, like, maybe help me understand, why you chose the places that you chose, or, what kinds of exciting things you might have done on this road trip. Then finally, there is an entire road trip route picture that I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. It does say a verbal presentation because in the past we've then presented these in class, and obviously we're in a little bit of a unique situation this year. If we have time next week and anyone wants to share their presentation, you're welcome to do that. So we maybe have some opportunities next week to share, where you just kind of share your desktop like I've done and you would just talk right through it. So I've started a very, very, very basic PowerPoint because I want to point out a few things. So you should start with a title slide. You can call it a road trip. You can call it the road trip project. You can call it anything you want. And then you should have your name on that title slide. And then from here, it's kind of up to you how you want to lay it out. It probably makes the most sense to have one slide for every city that you visit. Also, you'll need to have a slide for your car. You'll need to have a slide for what else? Your car. Oh, and your final trip, the picture of the whole trip, which again, I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So for example, my first city was San Diego. So I would go, I think it's on my packet. I think I'm just going to copy it from here. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. So I'm going to copy that picture and I'm going to paste it here. So there is my image of my travel across the country to get to San Diego. My hotel picture, I think that's right over here too. This is why we snipped these pictures as we were going, so that you don't have to go back and be looking all of this stuff up again. Yep, there's my picture of the hotel. So I'm going to copy that and put it on the slide. Oh, that's cool. I love how Google will like put your pictures together now, or sorry, Microsoft will like put your pictures together now. And so there's my hotel. Any sightseeing that maybe I do. I know I took a picture of the restaurant the other day too. Where was food? Food. There's my copy. Control. And then I would probably want a zoo picture. I would probably want a beach picture. And I think what I also say I was going to do, I said I was going to visit my brother, so maybe a picture of my brother and his family or something. So you're going to be putting your pictures right on these slides. You won't have these words. These words were just to remind you of the things that you need for each location. So again, the map of how you got from the last city to this one, a hotel picture, a restaurant picture, and any other sightseeing you might do. So you don't have to type. Some students like to type and say things like, in San Diego, I stayed at the Capri by the Sea Hotel. And then obviously you have to make some adjustments so that kind of stuff fits. And you can type, you're welcome to type some of the things that you did. I ate at my favorite restaurant called South Beach Bar and Grill. I went to the zoo and saw the pandas, you know, something like that. Just trying not to keep it basic, trying to, you know, spice it up a little bit and make it your own because this is your trip. You're welcome to pick some sort of design. I know some of you are really good at this. This comes with some very basic templates, but you can upload your own. I know Google Slides, I think, has a better selection of that as well. So there's San Diego. So then I would have city 2. So I go from San Diego to my next location, and that would be what my second slide is. It has the map from San Diego to that city. You know, and the same information again, the pictures of the hotels. I want to keep that stuff on there. Yeah, that. Picture of the hotel, sightseeing, restaurant, map. That would be true for cities 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you want to do that. Then you have some other things to discuss. So remember we took a picture of our car. We snapped a picture of the car that we're renting, and some students like to devote an entire slide to it. Maybe you can put on there, you know, I'm going to be gone for 27 days. I rented a Ford EcoSport. It cost $743.34. It got 29 miles per gallon, so I had to use, you know, about 253 gallons of gas. It cost me around $450 to rent the car. And then a picture of the car as well. So there's an option. There's an extra slide you can have on there about your car. You do need to discuss your car somewhere. Some students put it at the beginning. Some students put it at the end after all their cities. You know, that's your choice. So then I want to talk about this entire road trip picture. If we go back to Google Maps, I had some trouble with this the other day, so I hope it works a little better now. But if we go to Google Maps, and you're going to basically map out your entire trip on one picture. So remember where we start. I started 415 Drake Road in Kendallville. And I'm going to flip those locations because I want San Diego here. Okay, now I know I didn't pick the rest of my trip, but I'm going to kind of pretend do that right now. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see the whole country. You're going to click here on Add Destination, and now you're just going to type your next city in. So let's say I go to Las Vegas. Now what it should do, and it's not, is it because I zoomed in? Well, let me keep adding and see what happens here. Let's say from Las Vegas, then I go to Denver, Colorado. Well, I wonder if it's because I zoomed, if I messed with it. I don't know. Let me close out of this and try again. This is what it was doing to me the other day. Usually it will just keep going. It would show another route from San Diego to Las Vegas, then it would show another route from Las Vegas to Denver, Colorado. Okay, I'm not going to mess with the map. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to hit add destination. Yeah, I think this is going to work because you already saw those gray ones go away. Please work. Add another destination. Well, this just isn't working like I want it to, is it? Oh, I know why it did that. Okay, let's pick a different city that's not on that route. Let's go from San Diego to San Francisco. There we go. Maybe this will work. There we go. Okay. So I think it was because I had zoomed in on the map the last time or zoomed out and I didn't, just don't touch the map until you get all your cities typed in. So now we're going to type in, let's see, from San Francisco, San Diego, San Francisco, let's go to Maine. Where do I want to go in Maine? Because that's going to take me, let's go New York City. New York, New York. Yeah, and so then you're going to get this cross country. So San Diego, San Francisco, New York. Let's go down to Myrtle Beach. And so what this does is it creates this really cool map, Myrtle Beach, and then let's go to Key West. Key West, and now we have to go back home, 415 Drake Road. Cool, so check that out. That would be the map you would follow for your whole trip. So you start here, San Diego, San Francisco, New York City, down to Myrtle Beach, Key West, Florida, and then back home. It also gives you a total round trip in mileage, 8,651 miles. Now, I don't know if any of you went cross country like this, but it certainly adds a lot of miles to your trip. Lots of stops in between, I think, too, because I would have to spend the night in a different city in order to travel that far. So then here's the picture you would want to snip. Kind of get the whole United States in here. There we go. And that one also needs to be inserted into your PowerPoint somewhere. So that's the entire road trip picture. Excuse me. And so you could have that, you know, maybe just be at the end or somewhere else in the presentation as well to show what your whole trip looks like, your round trip. So those are just kind of touching on some key pieces about the PowerPoint presentation or Google Slides, whatever you decide to work in. You know, try to make it your own. Get creative. I want to see some of your creativity. We don't always get a chance to see that or do that in math class. So I'm really excited to see what these PowerPoints or presentations are going to look like. Again, they're going to get submitted to Canvas into that road trip submission, your packet, PowerPoint packet, and the presentation both. So do you have any questions? You have until Monday at noon to get the entire project turned in. So if you're working over the weekend and you struggle with something, just reach out and let me know, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. But if you don't have any other questions, then you're free to go.